Hi, my name is Becca Huju. I work at Creighton University at the Schlegel Center for Service and Justice.
Hello, my name is McCreary, and I work in the Office of Sustainability at Creighton.
Thanks for joining us. Today we want to talk briefly about a formation activity using the Universal Apostolic Preferences that we've developed at Creighton called an Environmental Justice Community Orientation. So I wanted to start briefly with describing what community orientations are. The Schlegel Center for Service and Justice has been offering community orientations as a way to do formation and to prepare for deeper engagement with our local community for over 20 years now, and we've developed 4 different orientations, focusing mostly on the geographic areas surrounding our campus. During these orientations, there are 6-hour experiences where we learn about the history and the culture of a community neighboring campus. We meet with different community leaders and nonprofits. We engage in reflection, and we also talk about the Catholic connection with Catholic social teaching, universal apostolic preferences, and other Jesuit resources of different issues that our community might be facing, whether that's learning about refugees or, in this case, learning about environmental justice. The most recent orientation that we've developed is our environmental justice community orientation. And as part of that, we learned about Laudato Si, about the universal apostolic preferences and the focus to care for our common home. And we also wanted it to be experiential. So one of the things we did was, after learning about climate change and learning about the impact that coal has on that, we took our participants to a coal-fired plant located in North Omaha, and also learned about the intersections with environmental racism and environmental injustices, talking about where different coal plants or environmental toxins might be located in our local community. As we all experienced the pandemic, one of the things we had to do was transition this program from being a 6-hour in-person opportunity where we're meeting with local community partners, so looking for something that's still engaging and interesting with our same program goals. And to talk a little bit about that, I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Nick.
Thanks, Becca. Like she said, we didn't want to make a 6-hour Zoom meeting, so we decided to rethink how we presented this community orientation. What we decided to do was attempt to build these community orientation into courses that were already being taught during the spring of 21 semester. We knew that this way we would have a captive audience by building it into a course, which was something that was important to us given all the Zoom fatigue that was happening on campus. And so the first thing we did was meet with some interested faculty and describe our idea to them. And we had 3 faculty that decided to allow us to pilot this new style of community orientation into their course. It was a environmental science capstone course, intro to philosophy course, and an introduction to biology course. And we also piloted it in a faculty development seminar. What we did was we developed asynchronous content that was related to environmental justice that we could provide to the course or development participants ahead of time. And then we met with them in class. So some of the content we developed was an interview with Dewan Lamont Hayes, a Creighton graduate, an Omaha native, a journalist and an environmental justice advocate here in Omaha. He talked about environmental justice in his home community, North Omaha, where the coal plant that we used to visit is. We also Becca interviewed the Omaha Healthy Kids Alliance. Becca also put together a video exploring the local, national, and international aspects of environmental justice. Finally, we had a faculty member create a presentation about the Catholic relation to climate change and Catholic social teaching. And those 4 pieces of content we used for the faculty development course, the environmental science capstone, and the introduction to philosophy course. For the introduction to biology course, we tailored it a little bit more by creating a podcast talking about how climate change will impact a local community garden organization that puts up community gardens in North Omaha. So through that, we talked about how biologic changes will impact their ability to promote justice. I'm going to talk very briefly about our in-class portion. If you would like more information on how we did this, please feel free to reach out. Basically, we provided these contents about a month before we met with the course. And in the course, we started with an ecological examine, and we were very cognizant to make the course content as engaging as possible. So we had small group discussion, social analysis, and ended with asking the course members or the faculty members to make a commitment by calling their local representative. So that, in a nutshell, is what we did. And if you'd like more information, please reach out.